hatred and trapped by fear. I'm in a box. I've got no place to go. If I follow my mind, I know I slaughter my own. Help me, I'm the prisoner. Won't you hear my plea? I need somebody, yeah, to listen to me. I beg you, brothers and sisters, I'm counting on you, yeah.
Peace and love, family. Welcome to the Northeast Political Prisoner Coalition. I'm Brother Frank, and it is my duty, my obligation to bring to you awareness about our political prisoners and make sure that we don't forget them. Make sure that we do as much as we can to bring them home. We write to them, we visit them, we participate at any level possible with organizations to raise awareness about our political prisoners. Before we go on to today's discussion in honor of Martin Luther King Jr., we want to give condolences to the family of Cha-Cha. Cha-Cha was the founder of the Young Lords, and it was amazing what he was able to do. He took this street gang and politicized them. He started in Chicago. He worked with Chairman Fred, and with the Rainbow Coalition, and they did some incredible work, But if you know anything about how things turned out for Fred, that was a tragedy. But he was a target, and that is how the state operates. Right? He was one of the many victims of state violence. The family of Cha-Cha said he leaves behind a profound legacy of revolutionary spirit, a vision for Puerto Rican self-determination, and a commitment to justice for the people. As I researched his legacy, researched what he was about, and I realized that he was very committed to liberating his people, making sure that his people's self-determination was not going to be compromised, was going to be protected by all means necessary. He followed the blueprint that the Black Panther Party laid out, and he did it for Puerto Ricans. And a lot of people don't understand that the Young Lords, from my research, was 25% Black people. So, brown and Black people, we always were a part of the same community. We always were the victims of the same situations. And that's why we have to look at each other as family. And it's very important that we understand that because the system has always operated in a way where it conducts divide and conquer. Today is Martin Luther King's birthday, and how can we respect and show him respect in an honorable way? The only way that you can show anybody respect, if you truly respect, is your deeds, practice. And that's why it was fitting. It was honorable to be a part of the work yesterday that was conducted. The organizations came together and they put together this bus ride to Albany to let the governor know that what happened in Marcy Correctional Facility is not going without notice. Right, that we out here, we're demanding that Marcy Correctional Facility be closed down. It was honor, it was obligation to be a part of that. And for those who participated in that, salute. For those who did not, think about what your actions are doing for our people. Is it helping or hurting? Right? We have to know what position, what side we are standing on. So that is one way that I myself was honoring Martin Luther King. And I say to all those, if you truly have respect for him, what are you a part of? Martin Luther King, he was a political prisoner and a martyr. And a lot of people, when they talk about him, they don't address the fact that he was a political prisoner, because we want to let people know that, in the struggle to be liberated, you're going to have casualties, you're going to have martyrs, you're going to have political prisoners. And that's why we have to respect our political prisoners. We have to write them. We have to organize to bring them home. One of the quotes that Martin Luther King had in his letter from Selma was that he said, people have a moral responsibility to break unjust laws and to take direct action rather than waiting potentially forever for justice to come through. And I think that statement itself is incredible, because it lets you know that, none of these conditions are going to change without your participation in it. Um, it's important that when I come on this platform, I raise awareness about what's happening regarding people who are involved in organized work. So please take some time to look at this image, this photo that I have displayed on the screen. For those who are on another platform and can't see it, it says New York's last Black Panther prisoner joined Queens, Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, and Staten Island to organize to free Kamal Siddiqui. Come to our first New York wide organizing meeting on Saturday, February 1st, 2025, from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. The legendary People's Church, 163 East 111th Street at Lexington Avenue, East Harlem, New York. Please reserve your seat as soon as possible. Email panthershep at AOL.com. That's Panther Shep, cat, PANTHERSHEPCAT at AOL.com. Yes, we always got to provide our actions. What are we doing? Who are we organizing? And what does it mean to actually be in part of this work? Because we always have to be about having discussions on a platform that we can't physically be at, right? Meaning a social media, right? This is how we get out the information. This is our propaganda. But we have to be in the community. We have to be in the streets. We have to be amongst the people. We have to exchange ideas, and we have to make each other consciousness rise even higher than it once was. And that is one of the benefits that we have from this social media platform. But one of the things that we have to be cautious is about is that we can get lazy. We can get comfortable with posting or having a virtual studio, and now you could formulate your own show and have other people tune in and share it. We don't want to stop there. We want to stand up, organize. We want to put boots to the ground, and we want to see who else feels like we feel and who's willing to do some serious work, because this work is serious. It requires our time. It requires us studying. Right. Today, I didn't bring any of my books today, so please forgive me for that. But you research any material on Martin Luther King, really take your time and read those letters that he wrote. Um, his writings are incredible. His speeches are incredible. He was an incredible organizer, but he didn't do that alone. Sometimes us organizers think that we have to do a lot of things on our own. Don't be afraid to ask for help. And of course, don't be afraid to say no. It does not make you less revolutionary. This is a marathon, it's not a sprint. You have to pace yourself and do what you can for as long as you can. And when changes come, you adapt to the changes. I admire King because he was not a man who was comfortable with injustice. And I think that his life and the choices that he made and the conditions in which he made those choices, and knowing the possibilities that would occur or could occur, he still did what was necessary. You know, and people like that we have to respect, and we have to honor them by organizing ourselves. deciding that we're going to be a part of some organized action. So a question might come to your mind: how do you organize yourself? It is through political education, right? You start to understand that there are ideas that that resonate with you very clearly, and you make that commitment that these ideas are going to be identified as a truth that you're going to co-sign, and you're going to co-sign it by what actions you decide to be a part of. There are always many actions that you can take. So just back to the young laws and the fact that they were doing the street work. When I did my research, I learned that the young lords provided free breakfast, education. They had political education. They had medical programs. They cleaned up their community. And just to think to be a gang and then to be politicized and start understanding the conditions of your people and what you needed to do and be a part of. That was a threat because it was going to change the status quo, the arrangement of things. And we have to be very respectful for those people who decided that they were not going to be a part of the problem, but rather the solution. The organized action was about the solution. The organized action going to Albany, as the governor had her state address, and talking about the current situations and whatever ideas that she thinks needed to be said regarding bringing about solutions. So we were present, we were organized, we were disciplined, we were focused, and we were very energetic, and that needed to be done. And I know those who were formerly incarcerated related to that horrific situation differently, because there were one brother who was there. He remembered being beat while in prison. So that situation really resonated with him differently. You could see the fire and the passion in his eyes, and I was happy that I was able to be a part of that. The chance, the walking, the holding up signs. I was able to bring somebody along, so that was an accomplishment for me, and it allowed me to understand that my participation is necessary, and I should never look at my participation as being insignificant. And I say that because change is a process. It's a scientific process, right? You look at what's happening. You ask yourself, what are you doing? Um, and then you ask yourself, can you do more? And then you do what you can do. You make sure that you are about the business of making change. And yesterday allowed me to understand that. I made some connections, made some contacts. There were some people who were part of a nonprofit organization community, and I was able to get their contact information. I gave out some palm cards about Kamal Siddiqui, and that was something that I felt was a major accomplishment because it was people that night didn't even know about him, but now they got the opportunity to hear about him and read more about him, because the QR code is on the palm card, so they could do their research and they could understand the importance of not forgetting him, especially knowing that he was part of the Black Panther Party, especially knowing that he was part of the Black Liberation Army. Right? Any gains that we have came from the sacrifices of others, and so we have to honor them, and we have to honor them by making sure that they're not forgotten, right? Those political prisoners and our martyrs. Like today is Martin Luther King's birthday. What do you have planned to do in terms of organized action? Yes, get educated, learn more about him, listen to his speeches, but make sure you take your time and really listen to the speeches, because the speeches are propaganda. They're there to inspire you to take a position regarding change. They're not there for you to be entertained. And once we start understanding the power and importance of education, then we start to realize that we have to do something with the information that's being given to us, this new knowledge that we have. because to not do anything with it, and just share it with somebody else and not have a plan of action, is just to be entertained, right? And that is not what those who gave you that information, that knowledge, were doing it for. So we have to be accountable. We have to be responsible. So, with that being said, I want to give you the information about what we're going to be doing. When I say we, I'm talking about the Northeast Political Prisoner Coalition and HOLLA, how our lives link all together. We're going to be having a visual. It's going to be February 15th at Bedford Hills Correctional Facility, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. We invite other organizations to participate. Our only request is that you are focused, you are disciplined, you are about the cause of raising awareness about the mistreatment of prisoners, in addition to raising awareness about the clemency campaign for Joy Powell. Joy Powell is completely innocent. I looked through her paperwork for her clemency, and I was impressed by those who wrote letters, including myself. I wrote a letter. Matter of fact, I have to make sure that I mail that off to the governor, because when I spoke to Joy Powell, she said that I should mail it off. I submitted it to those who were responsible for putting the entire package together. So it was 102 pages the last time I seen it. So it's extensive, and you see what people actually think about her, and you realize how unfortunate this situation is, because Joy Powell is incarcerated for a murder that she did not commit, um, and the person who they said that she was with had got acquitted of that charge. So, that lets you know that it's nothing but politics behind that. People wanted to get her off the street. The state wanted to get her off the street. They wanted to silence her. They wanted to deter deter people from following her and discredit her. But Joy Powell is extremely strong. Uh, she's a fine revolutionary, a fine organizer, and a person who needs to be amongst us. And but we have to fight for that. There is going to be an immediate action, excuse me, for Imam Jamil Al-Amin, because he's being neglected medically. So please, there's a bunch of information on what I'm posting right now. So I don't think that everybody can get this information. If you can't get this information right now, please contact me at 347-679-3936. Again, that's 347-679-3936. I'll give you the information. If you got any more questions about that, please don't feel free to ask, because this is what this platform is about. It's about us getting educated, us getting agitated, us getting organized. Because as I said, nobody can do this work alone. We have to commit ourselves to this work. What I seen yesterday at Albany reminded me of, the Black Panther Party when they went to the state capitol, and they were handling their business. They were letting the elected officials know how serious they were taking what was happening to their people. Right, police brutality was going untouched. Right, police were feeling that they could come to our community and do just about anything that they wanted to do. The Black Panther Party had other views, and they demonstrated that to those elected officials who think that they have something for free, that they have something that's theirs and it doesn't belong to the people. Right? You have those positions to serve the people, and that is exactly what the Black Panther Party was reminding them, that you are here because the people put you here, and the people want you to be responsible and accountable for what's happening in our community. So if you're not with us, then we're gonna deal with you. You got there by us and you'll be removed by us. It's always organized action. And so that is exactly what the feeling was in Albany yesterday. During that ride, it was some intense discussions going on. I was amazed at his brother. He did 30 years in prison, 15 years in prison. He was in solitary confinement, what they call a box. And, he utilized that time to build himself up. He had his own contribution to our people, including a language, including identifying us as a people who have a shared experience. I was really impressed by what he was saying. And I like the fact that he dealt with it from a position of humility, meaning that, this is his contribution, right? And that is exactly what Martin Luther King is talking about in the letter from Selma. He said, again, people have a moral responsibility to break unjust laws and to take direct action rather than waiting potentially forever for justice to come through. And his brother, that is his contribution. That's his assessment of things. And based on his assessment, he decided that this is the best thing for our people. So I salute that brother. Sorry, I don't know his name at the time, but it's very important that, when our brothers and our sisters are doing what they think is going to be beneficial to our people, that, we give them a listen. We let them know that we appreciate the effort. Even if we don't decide to side with them, we still should be respectful and take what you can from them and do something for your people, because that's exactly what I was doing with those conversations that were going on. I was deciding that, some of the comments I could use to make myself better. And what I mean is that, you know, with this work, you have to build your stamina. You have to endure. And how do I endure? I endure through education. And all those, when I speak about me enduring, I'm just using myself as an example, as the subject, as they would say in science, regarding a commitment to the liberation of an oppressed people. This is a process. This is a process that happens not always at the pace that you would like it to happen, but still in all, there's work to be done, and the work is great, and the workers are few. And if you're a part of that few, that conscious group that knows what it really means to be conscious, it means that you about the business of doing some organized work. You did your research. You're making a decision that today is the day that you're going to connect with some brothers and some sisters and get to the business of addressing the issues of our people. Education is key. Study the Young Laws, study the Black Panther Party, and they had a 10-point program. The Black Panther Party and a 10-point program were addressed at what was going on to our people, and one of them was dealing with political prisoners. So in 2025, if we're involved in any organized action, if we call ourselves being politicized, then how do we relate to political prisoners? Are we writing them or are we not? And if we're writing them, is that enough? Should we be doing more? Maybe we do some research and do a documentary. We learn how to do it and get it done. We ask others for help. We see who has what talents, who has what resources, and we utilize that to express our talent, to express our level of consciousness. And that is exactly what the Black Panther Party did, right? And of course, when I'm talking about the Black Panther Party, I'm using them as an example of what others were inspired to do, right? Because when you talk about the young lords, they were inspired by the Black Panther Party. So the brother Chacha, the founder, just imagine how he came to that level of understanding in terms of organizing his people. If the founders of the Black Panther Party were educated, then he had to be educated. If the black founders of the Black Panther Party had political education, he had political education, and he provided political education for those who were part of the organization. So I say that, so in 2025, that's exactly what we have to do. If we if we're admirers of Martin Luther King, then we should be reading about him and learning what he learned and be inspired to organize at that level. Of course, he didn't just wake up and organize at that level. It took time. It learning from his errors, getting better, getting more focused, getting more committed, and making sure that he was in the fight long term. So indeed, so it is always important that I let you know, my viewers, that is um it would be beneficial to this work of the Northeast Political Prisoner Coalition if you shared this episode with at least 10 people, share with your contacts, and call me at 347-679-3936. I'm looking for people who want to do some serious work around political prisoners. That's my number. I love to hear from you so we can have a conversation on what needs to be done. Right. So I just want to take a time out to just post up what one of the comments that was given to me, because that indeed inspires me. It says, inspiring words, hoping to inspire deeds from the comrade. Thank you very much. And that is the objective, that is the aim, that I inspire others as I've been inspired, because that's the point of having this platform, right? Is to uh operate off the formula that the Black Panther Party had provided us. Their formula for revolution, for change, for serious change, is theory, practice, theory. Right? You had the idea. The idea is that we must be responsible for our own liberation. We must be responsible for. We must be responsible for bringing our own political prisoners home. We have to do it ourselves, right? Because if we don't do it, who else will do it? So that's why I take the initiative to do this every Wednesday. And those who support me doing this, I appreciate it. And yes, as the brother said, the stream deserves much more participation. Yes, but that requires time, that requires focus, creativity. You win people over by consistency. And brother J.R. Shield, please do your part and share it with as many viewers as possible, and ask them to share it. And if you have somebody that's a part of faith, let them know that I'm available to come speak to their congregation or their masjid for 3 to 5 minutes about political prisoners. And that's why I always have to put that out there, because there are political prisoners that are out there that they don't get enough attention, right? This particular one, Imam Jamil Alameen, he needs immediate medical attention. And that is our role. That is our responsibility. So share this photo. And if you don't have the photo, contact me at 347-679-3936. I'll give you the photo that I'm showing on Imam Jamil Alameen. We got to bring this brother home. And brother Kamal Siddiqui, if you happen to be from South Jamaica, Queens, you have a responsibility to a local hero who did the work. He exercised, he organized the community, he sold his Black Panther Party newspapers. He was committed to doing the work. And because of him being a threat, he is now a political prisoner. So we have responsibility to bring him home. So I'm going to be where I need to be on that date, February 1st, so that I can give my 2 cents, my input into organized action, because that is indeed what we need to do. We need to organize some serious action, and we can do it. And yesterday I witnessed it. I witnessed it firsthand. So before we go off the air, and I'll see you again next Wednesday, same time, of course. And I just want to discuss what a political prisoner is. Political prisoners is one who has made and who acts on a conscious political decision to change the present state of property relations. Political prisoners should not die in prison. It should not be forgotten. It doesn't say something good about us if we allow our political prisoners to die in prison. We got the resources. We have the knowledge. We have the wisdom to do something. We have the courage to do something. It's just about when are we going to activate that courage? When are we going to activate that responsibility? So, as I said before, and I say it again, what's the call? Free them all.
Here I am, after so many years, hounded by hatred and trapped by fear. I'm in a box, I've got no place to go. If I follow my mind, I know I slaughter my own. Help me, I'm the prisoner. Won't you hear my plea? I need somebody, yeah, to listen to me. I beg you, brothers and sisters,